What's up? This is BoxingWave. Today I'm going to do a prediction video for King Gabriel Rosado versus Peter Kid Chocolate Quillin. These guys are fighting this weekend at 160 pounds. I'm going to get right into it. I wasn't going to do a video on this fight because I couldn't come up with a winner, and I didn't feel confident about the fight. I like Gabriel Rosado. I like his resume, even though he has a lot of losses. I like him. You know, I think he's a good fighter. I think he's given everybody that he's fought some problems. Almost everyone he's fought some problems, especially Gennady Golovkin in their fight earlier this year. So, and I think he won against his J. Leon Love, and you know, come to find out, J. Leon Love was using a banned substance. So, you know, I felt like he kind of got robbed that fight. I think he should have won the fight, but I thought it was close. And being that he knocked J. Leon Love down in that fight, I thought he did enough to win that fight. Now, I think Gabriel Rosado, at first, I'm like, okay, Peter Quillin has not done anything to impress me in none of his fights. I mean, I know he's undefeated. I know he has power. I know he knocked out a lot of his guys that he fought, but he just hasn't impressed me. I think like a lot of his fights, I seen him win. I just didn't think he looked that good winning. You know, I seen his last fight with Fernando Guerrero, who beat Gabriel Rosado a long time ago. I seen this fight with Hassan Ndam. I seen this fight with Winky Wright. You know, then I seen a lot of earlier fights before that. So I just couldn't decide. It's Thursday, 2 days before the fight today, and I wanted to do this video last week. So Peter Quillin, I mean, basically he's the type of fighter that, to me, he's almost flat-footed. It's almost like he's flat-footed to me, you know. He stalks, but he barely moves. He has little to no foot movement. He has little to none head movement. He does have power in both hands. That's one thing. He does have power and speed in both hands, okay? He has a nice left hook. I think he has a nice straight right, but he barely moves. He doesn't throw punches at a high volume, doesn't throw many combinations. And it's like the way he fights, it's like he stalks you, you know? I feel like a lot of the bums that he fought, he should have just got him out of there, you know, and just finished them off. I mean, he just stalks you. I mean, I don't even say that's a defensive mechanism, because it's like he's not even that good at defense. He's not that hard to hit. It's just like he's so patient, and it's just like I can't stand watching this fight. So forgive me, all right? I'm not trying to bash him. It's just like I'm just not into his fight. The only fight that I did enjoy watching was against Hassan because he knocked him down 6 times. So anyway. Speaking on Gabriel Rosado, he has a nice resume. He's fought Angulo, he's fought Golovkin, he's fought a number of the name fighters. I can't think of them all right now, but I've seen a lot of his fights. He's a tough kid. He has a great chin. He's been through wars with guys. He beat Soto Karass as well. He beat Soto Karass. He has a good resume. As far as his fighting style, he's pretty much solid in everything. He has good foot movement, he has good hand speed, good decent power, decent defense. He's pretty much well-rounded. He's a really well-rounded fighter. But I like his resume, even though he has a lot of losses. I like the fact that he's willing to step up to fight anyone, and he's the first guy that gave Gennady Golovkin some problems in the ring. I mean, he lost the fight due to a cut, but he didn't get knocked out by the guy that knocks out everyone. And not only that, he actually looked pretty good. He actually busted Golovkin's face up a little bit in that fight. So this is why at first when I heard about the fight, I'm like, man, I think Gabriel Rosado is going to give the upset that night, you know, because Peter Quillin, I just haven't seen enough. But the only thing is, I haven't seen anyone Peter Quillin or really heard him. So I'm thinking to myself, all right, you know, Peter Quillin has beaten the guy that beaten Rosado, and I know fights depends on styles, but it's like, all right, I'm looking for something to give Rosado the win here, because I don't feel comfortable Everybody else is saying Peter Quillin's gonna knock him out or either beat him by cut. But I'm like, okay, I think Rosado's a better fighter here. So it pretty much came down to this. I seen a fight with Hassan live earlier this year, and I didn't want to watch it again because I already seen it. I thought it was a good fight. It was a great fight. I didn't feel like I needed to watch it again, but I just couldn't find anything. And I was at this point, I felt like, all right, I'm done doing video study on these two guys. So I was like, all right, let me just turn on this fight. So I'm watching the fight, and I'm like, okay. When Peter Quillin is ready to turn it up and knock his opponent out, and when he has his opponent hurt, it's like a burst of aggression comes out, you know, like his speed and power just, you know, like, you know how I said earlier in the video, he's a stalker. He's really doesn't throw punches at a high value, but when he's ready to knock out his opponent, he goes all the way in. And that is one thing that I'm not really comfortable with for Gabriel Rosado. I think that is going to be the one thing that Gabriel Rosado is not going to have a response to, because Quillin is a bigger, stronger fighter. And I think Gabriel Rosado, when this guy is ready to turn it up against him, I think it's going to be a problem for Rosado. And in this one fight, it's the only fight that made me feel that way about Peter Quillin. This only one fight with Hassan and Dom was the only fight that I saw him in where I'm like, okay, he might be a problem for Rosado. So I really don't know where I want to go with as far as who was going to win this fight. I think Peter Quillin might win by stoppage due to a cut. There's no way he's knocking out Gabriel Rosado. No way. But he might be able to stop him. He might drop him a couple of times, and he might be able to stop him. He does have a lot of power. Rosado, I can see him being more active, a lot more active. I think the fight with Indom and Quillin was close outside of the knockdowns. Quillin knocked him down a lot of times, but he just wasn't able to put him away. And when he didn't knock him down in a round, it seemed like Indom was winning the fight. So I see Rosado winning in a similar fashion as far as being more active and throwing a higher volume of punches and landing a lot of shots. But when he gets hurt, and if he gets hurt, I expect Peter Quillin to try to finish him. So if it goes to the judges, it can really go either way. I really don't see a knockout. It's either two ways this fight is ending, either by TKO for Quillin, or, you know, decision for Quillin, or Rosado. You know, I don't see Rosado knocking him out, stopping him either. I think I've seen Quillin get hit with a lot of good punches against Indom, and he got a little hurt, but it wasn't nothing serious where, you know, he was even close to falling down or anything. So I see it, and then, you know, if I have to give it, I'm probably gonna give it to Peter Quillin based off that one fight. But I think it's gonna be a really close fight. I'm not no Rosado fanboy or anything, but I'm kind of pulling because I just haven't seen enough for Peter Quillin. You know, I don't know, maybe Peter Quillin could, if he looks good beating Rosado, maybe I'll become a fan then. But he hasn't fought anyone, and it's not his fault. I'm not saying he is running, because I know he's in Showtime, and there's not a lot of everybody in the middleweight class seems to be on HBO right now, so I understand that. But that's the way I'm calling it. So if I have to give a winner, I would probably say Peter Quillin, but I think it's really close, and I think Gabriel Rosado is more than capable of taking an upset for this fight. So that's my prediction. So let me know in the comments. Let me know what you think on this fight. And I know that's not the greatest prediction, because technically I really didn't give you a winner, but just let me know in the comments what you think about the fight. And if you have any good fights other than the ones I named with Peter Quillin that I might have not seen, that proves that he is really a tough, good fighter, let me know. Let me know that fight. I might have seen it already, but let me know. Put a link in there, or give me a name or something, And leave comments, subscribe to my channel, and follow me on Twitter at wavy_10, and follow and subscribe to my boy USA MVP as well. Thank you.